Okay. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's mentorship meeting. So, our agenda for today is pretty simple. We're just going to talk about the conference that's coming up, and then we have a special guest today.
All right, so I'm first going to go ahead and talk about our conference. So, to celebrate Asian heritage during the month of May, we decided to host an International Asian Conference, which will take place on Saturday, May 29th. Actually, I think this is wrong, May 29th. From 6 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this has been emailed to most of you, and it's also on our social media pages. So essentially what it is this conference will have a lot of presentations, guest speakers, games, events. We even have matchmaking, and I think we're watching Demon Slayer. It's going to be really fun. So we really encourage all of the tutors here to RSVP for that. That form is in our Instagram link tree and should be also on our website and all of our other social platforms. RSVP for it. You don't have to stay the whole 5 hours. You can just stop by, but we need you to RSVP so we can send you the following Zoom information and details regarding the conference. And in this conference, you're going to be able to meet all these other tutors one-on-one, meet our team, and even meet international students from these Asian countries. We're going to try to get Asian students to come to this meeting too. So it's going to be really fun overall. We're going to do Discord party. We're going to have cooking classes, matchmaking games, and just a lot via breakout rooms. So this is going to be our annual International Asian Conference, and we hope that as our first time hosting it this year, that it is going to be really successful. So if you would like to RSVP, please go to our social media and then you will be able to RSVP for that. I'm actually also going to paste that into the chat right now. So you guys can just click that and sign up for it. Again, I really encourage you to come because it's just going to be really fun. And then a lot of people are going to come too. So it's just a great way to make friends. And yeah. And then hold on a second. Let me paste the form link. Some of you guys have already signed up, so thank you so much for doing that. That is the link to RSVP. Please fill it out if you have time that day. Just stop by, and we're always welcome to you signing up. Like RSVP before the 28th anytime.
Okay. So that was about the conference. And now, as I said before, we have a special guest. Her name is Soo Young, and she's from an organization called 2X Education. And I'll just, let her take it away.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Soo Young. I'm just going to share my screen so you guys can follow along. Can someone let me know if you guys can see my screen okay? Awesome. Thank you, Ching Ching. All right, so we're going to go through this onboarding process and help you guys set up your profile photo. I'll go through like the context of the partnership in a bit, but I'll just get started. So first, let me introduce myself. I'm Soo Young. I am the product manager at 2X Education. You can find me on Discord. My ID is 2X #9704. You can just add me or email me at syn@2x.ca. I believe we have another person in the call, Zen. He is also the operations manager. And so he might be able to answer any questions you may have in the chat. That being said, I'm not monitoring the chat at this time. So if I miss any of your questions, feel free to ask me at the end. I just said I'm not monitoring the chat, but I just saw that Soo Young said so young. So haha, you're not the first person who made a joke, but I get that a lot. So we'll just get started. And so just a couple of housekeeping items. Just please make sure you are muted. Ask questions during the Q&A session at the end or in the chat or after the meeting, please. I will also provide you a copy of the slides at the end, so you don't need to take any notes. You can just follow along. Those are just kind of the items I had in mind, and so we'll just get started. So this is the agenda for today's meeting. I'll go over a little introduction about 2X and who we are, go over the partnership between 2X and the Asian Passion Program, I'll walk you through the onboarding process and help you create your tutor profile. I will also introduce the 2X Foundation and volunteer opportunities, as well as end off with some Q&A at the end. I hope that sounds okay. So we will get started. All right, so who are we? A quick introduction to 2X. So 2X, we are the leading multilingual educational technology platform, and our aim is to connect students to qualified tutors when and where they need them. And so 2X allows students to search, book, communicate, and pay the tutor all in one mobile application. So students can use our filter function to customize their classroom and learning experience to ensure that their unique needs are met. And so we have two apps, one for 2X tutors and one for the students app. And so as tutors, we'll help you sign up as a tutor today. So here are some of our values. And so we value quality education. And so to ensure this, we ask that tutors submit a proof of qualifications, which I'll go through later. We also value safety as a priority. And so tutors are asked to submit a criminal record and vulnerable sector check. At this time, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and knowing that you will be teaching students online only, you will not be required to submit one. So you don't need to worry about this point. We also value flexibility. We offer flexible scheduling options where students can set up their availabilities and students can see what time works for you and when you're free, and kind of book those time slot that works for best for the student and the tutor. And so just looking at 2X in numbers, so we have over 8,500 total downloads so far, and we launched in 2018. There are over 3,000 booking hours composed of more than 2,000 students and 1,100 tutors by March 2021. That was 1 year after our official launch. And so we are very excited to have you join on our platform. We also want to recognize our kind of social responsibility as well. So we are a certified B Corp, which means that we are part of a community of businesses that balances purpose and profit. We are legally required to consider the impact of our decisions on our workers, customers, suppliers, community, and the environment. We also have the 2X Foundation, which is a charitable foundation that supports 2X education in creating an accessible education system for students around the world. And so we are a nonprofit organization registered under BC Societies Act, British Columbia, and we are a part of the 2X's revenue go towards the 2X Foundation to support students with financial aid. So this is mostly for students in British Columbia at this time, but we are extending and expanding to other cities in Canada, as well as soon to the States as well. And so we are going to go through the partnership and how we're going to be working together in this kind of co-working partnership. And so just looking at the distribution, we are located in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Have you guys been to Vancouver? If you did, let me know where you guys been to. But from my understanding, most tutors and the APP team are located in the States, all over the States actually. And we have students from many countries in Asia, including Japan, Korea, China, India, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, etc. Right? And so I assume that there are challenges that come up when you're working with students. So in the chat, I'm curious to know what kind of challenges are you currently facing while working with students from a different country? So for example, for me, the biggest kind of challenge I have is the time difference, but I'm curious as to know what kind of challenges that you kind of run into when you're working with students. So feel free to submit in the chat. Students not responding. Sad face. Communication, sometimes miscommunication. Connecting with the student. Time difference. Different sites being blocked in different countries. Yep. Connecting with students. Okay, so here are some that I've identified. So some including, time difference, as I mentioned, scheduling issues. Because of the time difference, it's hard to come up with a time that works for both you and the student. Inconsistent video conferencing platform. I think someone mentioned that some sites are blocked by other countries and things like that. And again, communication. And so why we're here today, we are trying to kind of solve these challenges for you and to ensure that your challenges and your difficulties are being addressed, and to make the tutoring process much easier and more efficient for you all. And so our app is kind of set to wherever you're at. And so students likewise are also using their schedule in their time. So when you're both looking at each other's schedule, you're only the time should be converted to wherever the student is located at. And so if you're in PST, all your schedule and your student's schedule will be in PST. If you're in EST, again, it'll be an EST schedule. We also provide a video conferencing portal, which is live.2x.ca, where you can conduct your classes with your student without having to log in or set up a Zoom class or a Microsoft Teams meeting. So this conferencing portal, everyone should be able to access in different countries, as well as including the site in the United States. And so this will kind of ease you, this will kind of help you address those, the sites being blocked and things like that. We also have the in-app messenger, and so you will be able to communicate with your student. And knowing that your students are on this app, this means that they are committed to being part of the program. They will be taking the initiatives to book your classes. And so the ownership is both on you and the student. So there should be some accountability piece in there. We also offer group classes, and we also keep track of your teaching hours. And so if you need a volunteer hour at the end of your program, things like that, we are able to provide you with an official document. Okay, so the process is actually pretty easy, and we're going to set up your tutor profile, and you're going to set up your own schedule and classes, and students overseas will be able to book your classes and connect with you via the app. So now let's get started and help you set up your profile. So at this point, I believe some of you already downloaded the app. If you haven't already, you can kind of follow along, download, and set up as you go. If you are not doing it right now, that's also okay. You can do it at your own time. But this is just to give you like a brief idea and overview of how to use the app, how to set up your account, how to connect with the students using the app without you having to, press all the buttons and trying to figure out where to go. So first, let's start with creating your 2x tutor account. So first, you have to go to your app store and search for 2x tutor. This is what it should look like. This is the student app where students will be signing up using this app, and this will be for you, the 2x tutor app. If you're following along, feel free to download and we can go through together. And again, the slides will be provided to you whether in the Discord server, or we can maybe upload it in the Google Drive for students. You don't need both apps. You can just download a 2x tutor app for today. If you are a student for some reason and tutoring, you will need both, but as a tutor, you only need the tutor app. So the left one is yours. Yes, the 2x tutor app up here, this is your app. There is no referral code for tutors. All right, moving on to the second page, which is a registration page. So you will have to sign up for an account using your phone number and a password. So to create, just enter your phone number here, create a password, and you should be getting a code sent to you via SMS. This will allow you to register for an account, and your number will be verified. Okay, moving on. You will also need to upload 2 of the 3 documents to teach online classes, one being the piece of government issued photo ID, and second being proof of qualifications. So you will have to go to your Me page here, your Me tab, and then you can see here, it says, please upload all required documents in order to start teaching. So as I mentioned, one of our values is making sure that we provide high quality education, and safety being one of our priorities. And so we do require all tutors to just upload an ID as just a way of verification, and your qualification being, your transcript or your report card, things like that. And then PIC, you won't need to upload because you will not be teaching in person. School ID should work as long as it has your school name and your photo ID, like your photo on it. So as long as it has school name and your photo, I would accept the student ID, but like a driver license is a good example, your ID card. I'm not sure if your health insurance card would have like a photo ID on it. Just anything to verify your full name, and like where you are, who or where you're associated with. So for example, if you go to a certain school, we'll be able to identify you that way. So the photo uploading would be here. So verification, when you click on it, it should take you to this page where it'll ask you to upload driver's license or passport, things like that. You'll just put your name on it, what the ID is. Right now, majority of our tutors are coming from Canada, and so it's pretty standard in Canada to have just a driver license or care card. But if but in the States, you guys have different forms of ID, so please indicate what type of ID you're submitting for us. If your school ID is digital, you can do like a screenshot of the ID and then just submit it. Just make sure your full name, photo, and the association is indicated in the photo. Oops. And then for the tutor qualifications, it says here that you can upload like your transcript, your report card. I would also accept like your SAT scores. I think someone asked me that. So feel free to upload anything that might be kind of helpful and useful in ensuring that you are qualified to be a tutor. And yes, it's all private information, and so we're just using this as a just internal checks. It's not going to be shared by your your students or your parents or anyone using the app other than the admin team at 2X. Once the photos are uploaded, it will take at most 2 business days for us to review and approve. Once these 2 documents are uploaded, you should be able to book or create classes. All right, moving on to the next page. So this is what your Me page looks like. You're gonna go to your My Profile and set up your profile by adding a photo of you, your full name, gender, tutor details. And so in your tutor details, please indicate that you are a tutor from the Asian Passion Program. This just helps the students find which tutors are associated with the APP program, and those are not kind of part of just regular tutors. An important thing to note here is your tutor ID. So this can be used to share your profile with a specific student. They can just identify you by using this ID. Kind of like Discord, you know how they have their name and the hashtag number. So it's kind of like that. So you'll just have to complete this basic information by clicking on My Profile. You can also add your educational background, what school you go to, your teaching experience, if you have any experience teaching certain classes, just for students to know. Okay, and you're gonna have to complete your schedule by clicking on My Schedule, and you're gonna add your weekly schedule, your default tutoring address, and teaching language. So weekly schedule this is what it looks like. This gonna go through Monday to Sunday. You'll be able to input which days and which times you're available. So for example, for me, I am free on Monday from 4 to 6. So this is the block I have open for my students. Students will be able to see this and they say, okay, I'm available during this time, so I'm gonna book those classes. So this kind of helps you eliminate those, what time works for you, what time should we meet? They can just see what times you're free, and they can just book the classes if that time works for them. Similarly, on Wednesday, I have it set up so that I have it backwards. On Wednesday, I'm free from 4 to 6. Mondays, I have just 2 different blocks. And so if you have like free time during classes, or during your, sports practice and your school, you can always indicate it here. So the class with students, a one-time thing since they're the one booking the class. I'll get through that in a bit when we're setting up the classes. I think there are multiple cases where they can book like weekly schedule, but we'll get back to you in a bit. Make sure you press save at the end. And I'm going to go back a slide here. Setting your teaching language. So if you speak more than one language, you can always indicate here. So for me, I speak Korean, so I put Korean and English. And for your default tutoring address, this is when, before COVID, when tutors were happening online, we asked tutors to put in their default tutoring address to meet up with students. For you all, you're not teaching in person, so you can just put like a random address or your address. It's not really, it's just like insignificant, but we just need you to just put it in like as a placeholder so that you can finish setting up your profile. One thing I was going to tell you about is the vacation mode. So for example, if you are going on vacation and you no longer want your students to see that you are available and open to tutor, then you can just turn this on and your profile will not be visible to students. And so this is like a cool tool to have if you're studying for your finals and you don't have time to tutor this week, things like that. And you can always turn it back on when you're ready to come back to the platform. Okay, we are going to move on. So far we've set up your profile basic page, and so we're not going to set up your course. So to set up a course, you're going to go to add course. So right now, if you've already uploaded your qualifications, you're going to have to wait until we approve of it tomorrow probably. And so from here and onwards, you'll just have to listen and see what you're supposed to do. And so when you come back to the app tomorrow, you should be able to do these steps. And so first, to set up your course, again, go to the course tab and you're going to add a course. You're going to set your course to teaching online because you will be teaching online. And make sure the title of your course follows the format here, app and dash course name. This ensures that only APP students sign up for your course and they're not students from, like Canada or someone just trying to take a free class. I was also going to say, if you have any issues signing up for your account right now, just wait until the end. I will help you troubleshoot it. So just hold on and hang tight and I will address them at the end. And so once you get here, you're going to set your price to 0. And here you're going to upload the APP logo, which should be available to you in like the tutor resources link or server or in Google Drive. And so make sure you upload those photos here. So it's just really easy for students to find. You're going to submit your course and it will now be visible to all students on the platform. I feel like I missed a slide. Yeah, no, we didn't. So once you submit the course, it's now active and students will be able to see that it is you teaching this course called APP, whatever the course name is, and you'll submit it. So this is what it looks like when your student books a course. So it'll show up on your calendar tab here, the first one. So I would say look for the green circles here. And so this means that someone has booked your course. You can look in the monthly view to see where it's located. So for example, if someone booked my course on May 21st, I should have a green dot here as well. If you click on those dates, it should pop up here like a cart saying that APP English taught by this tutor or the student signed up to your class APP English. And this is the time that's happening at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. PST because I'm currently in PST. And this is the course ID here. This is also important to note because this course ID will grant your access to the live video conferencing portal. Once you click on this card, you should be able to see the booking detail. And so you can see that the student, your information, as well as your student's information here, the class time, if you need to cancel it, there's a cancel option. And you can just do all of this under the booking detail. And this can be accessed by pressing on this card. Okay, and when a student books your course, you will also get a notification, the message tab here. As you can see, someone like a student messaged you here saying, "Hi Kevin, I'm in the APP program." Make sure you verbally agree that you are both part of the APP and confirm that they are enrolled in the program. These messages will pop up in your message tab here. And for some reason, your student did not message you, you can go to My Student and you can see a list of all the students that signed up for your class and you can just chat with them. You can click on the speech bubble here to chat with them and ask questions and verbally verify. So now accessing the 2x video conferencing portal to meet your student. So this is the website, live.2x.ca. There's no www at the front, and so make sure you just type in this website address. Please use Google Chrome or Firefox. I think that's those two platforms supports the portal the best. Here's the address again. You'll type in your course ID to access your video conferencing portal, which I mentioned in the card. So looking at it here, you'll just type in your course ID here, and then you'll click join from your Zoom, and it should take you straight into Zoom without logging in or anything. Your student should also have this course ID on their platform, on their side of the app as well. And so make sure you don't have to set up like a separate account or schedule your own meetings. Okay, and so that is all you have to set up the course and then talk to your students and how to access the portal. If you have any questions, I will address them at the end. And if you are struggling during the process, I will be available in Discord. And so you can just shoot me a message and I'll help you figure it out and provide the IT support. So we're gonna move on to 2x Foundation volunteer opportunities. And so I understand that currently there's a lot of tutors, but not enough students. And so to kind of help you find more students, we are also offering you a volunteer opportunity through the 2x Foundation. So the 2x Foundation has a couple of offerings. So here are some of our values, and obviously global access is really important to us. We want to make sure that education is accessible and affordable for everyone. We also provide financial support, and the convenience is obviously allowing students and tutors to connect and talk about a wide range of subjects. Education, we offer lessons of various levels to support you in continuous growth and development. Networking, we through the foundation program, you get to meet new friends, tutors, mentors in various industries. And we also promote continuous growth. And so we aim to help inspire students to continue learning and growing every day. So currently in the program, we have benefited 31 students. We have contributed towards 99 education funds, and we have 148 volunteer hours served just in 2020. So where you come in here is that we're looking for tutors who has passion for giving back to their community, who's able to offer tutoring lessons in various subjects, ranging from math, science, English, French, Spanish. We also want someone who can mentor students from various backgrounds. And we're looking for students and tutors who want to serve underprivileged communities in North America. So not just Asia, but we want to support students in North America. And so the onboarding process will be very similar to the one we've gone through, but I will provide more updates for you in the near future. We're just drafting all the application forms and setting up the tutor for the foundation side, just getting approvals and stuff. And so you will hear from me in the next couple of weeks to make sure you are connected to a student from the foundation side. So I think that's all I have prepared for you. I know we went through a lot of information, so feel free to let me know if you have any questions. You can just send me a DM in Zoom. Ching Ching, I don't know what the plans are afterwards. I see that there's a breakout room ready, so if you want to send them off to a breakout room, that's also an option.
So I think that if you guys have any questions for 2x, you guys can go into breakout room 20. And then for the other ones, they're just breakout rooms for the country directors who wanted to meet with their with their tutors for like the normal mentorship meetings we hold at 8 o'clock. For all of you other people in this meeting, if you have no other business, you can feel free to leave. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. Oh, and if you need help joining a breakout room, please let me know so I can move you into that breakout room. Just let me know which number it is. Oh, yeah, okay, perfect. Awesome.
Wait, yeah, sorry. Can you help me move to breakout room?
Yeah, of course. Which room are you?
3.
All right, awesome. Tiffany, do you know which room Vietnam is?
I'm trying to figure that out too. I was
Awesome,
waiting somebody.
Oh, sorry guys. There's like a lot of requests, so like I'm just like trying to scroll and find your name. So if I don't get to you yet, please just be patient. Do you know which room Thailand is? If you like, if your country directors didn't tell you to meet at a room, I don't think you guys are meeting up with each other. And then for Vietnam, which room is that? I'm not sure which country your directors want you in.
I think they said Vietnam is room 8.
Room 8, room 8.
I will do
And
that.
Casey, can you give participants screen sharing access, please?
Yeah, I got you. It should be on. If you guys like need to be moved, let me know again because there was just too many. So I probably skipped a few of you guys. Did I move everyone? Does anyone else here need help? All right.